Hi everyone, this is part 2 of the tissue tape technique video. In this one I'll show you how to do the embossing technique using embossing powders, and this one which is a resist. So for this you'll need some coloured tissue that you've already made. You'll need a Versamark ink pad and also some embossing powders, colours of your choice. So with this is just the piece of tissue that we coloured with the Inktense blocks and then dried. As it's dried, it's kind of gone a bit wrinkly, and then I've screwed it up a bit more just to add a few more wrinkles and a bit more texture. Then you just take your Versamark, which probably doesn't look as dirty as mine, and you just want to very lightly run it over the top of your tissue. And I have to give credit to my mum for this technique. She makes the most amazing handmade papers using this technique. So once you've popped your Versamark on, just take a embossing powder of whatever colour you choose and just sprinkle it over the top. I've just chosen copper for this one, and just let it run over the whole paper, so you end up with something that looks a little bit like that. And then take your heat gun and then you end up with this really shiny texture on the top. Turn it upside down, take your double-sided tape along the back of the tissue, and then same as before, you can either cut it out with a pair of scissors or just run a Stanley knife carefully along the edge. And you end up with your piece of tissue tape that's ready to use on any project. So you just peel off your backing and pop it down on your paper, card or whatever you'd like to use. So that's that one. Then you have the resist. So for this one you take a piece of tissue that you have not yet coloured, or if you wanted the you could colour it and then pop your clear embossing powder over the top. and pop another collar on the top to have a coloured resist. But for this one I'll just do a blank one. So again, just taking the Versamark, so of course you could, instead of using clear for a resist, you could use a coloured embossing powder. So if you want a gold script, for example, or whatever, you could do that. So once you've done that, take your clear embossing powder and same as before, you just pop it straight over the top there. Make sure to tap off any excess. And give it a zap with the heat gun to set the embossing powder. And then you can use any method of colouring that we went through before. So I'll just use some Distress Stain, I think, for this particular one. Just need to dry that off a little. Popping a bit of a darker colour on that one just so you can see a bit more easily against the white background.